Hi, my name is Gudrun from GA Designs. Welcome to our live show, Tipsy Tuesday. Hi, everybody. Welcome to our show, and thank you all for being with us here on this Tuesday. Mr. HP is behind the scenes running everything, making sure it's good. So say hi. Say hi. We love and appreciate some hearts and thumbs up. And if you are new around here, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you're watching on Facebook, make sure you follow our page. We go live lots of times throughout the week. And this is a 4-show week at GE Design. So you don't want to miss a thing. Lots of great content to help you in your quilting journey. So thank you, thank you. We also have a giveaway question at the end of the show, so stick around. You have a chance to win a $25 gift card. And lots to do today. On today's show, we have the 4th installment of the piecing accuracy tip of the day. So I'll be talking through some pressing tips on today's show. I also will be debuting and showing you some great new Tilda fabrics, if you're a Tilda fabric fan, and some awesome kits that I'm going to stripologize. So very excited about that. And I've got some new fabric fresh in the store, arrived, and so lots to show you and lots to talk about today.
We love fresh new fabric.
Yes. So first off, I wanted to wish everybody a happy Father's Day this past weekend. A little belated. I had lots going on in my brain on Friday, so I didn't get to wish everybody. So whether you're a father, a stepfather, grandfather,
I let you know Tuesday.
Godfather, yes, uncles, or any kind of father figure.
Mother, father.
I hope you have a great day. Yeah, mother, father.
Sister, father.
Even if you are a female and you feel that
Brother,
role
father.
of a father.
My brother was my father.
Yep.
And my uncle.
And, I know from experience, single mom has to be the father figure sometimes. So I hope you had a great weekend. Did you have a good weekend, honey?
I had a
great
weekend.
You were gigging, and then I got to treat you a little bit on Sunday when you flew in.
It's awesome.
So that was good. We had our first awesome boat ride on the lake, which ended up being just lovely.
It's perfect. Before it
just
got
lovely.
rainy. Before it got too rainy.
Yeah. No, it's been raining since. But we have some great quilts on the set, of course, from my upcoming book, Behind Mr. HP. We have the Ursula quilt that I think very many are excited about. It is sideways, but I like it that way too. So think about that. You could always do a different type of setting. Yeah. Behind me, we actually have a Lilo quilt made out of fabric that is not quite yet in stock, but we have it on pre-order. This is a brand new bundle coming, I think, in August. It is called, what is it called again? Playgrounds? I have the pre-order image if you want to pop that on the screen. Should be in there, Playgrounds. No? Well, you'll find it. On this side, I have Elsa, and on this side, I have Mia. So something always enticing for you, inspiration. Now, let's start with announcing our winner from our last episode. Last week, I asked my giveaway question, what would be the first quilt that you would make out of the brand new Stripology Quickies book coming later this summer? And our winner is Tracy Vlamink. Congratulations, Tracy. Her answer was Winnie is going to be her first quilt. I think a lot of you are waiting for Winnie and have been waiting for Winnie for a long time. So congratulations. Tracy, just send us an email to help@GEQuiltDesigns and we'll get you that gift card so you can go shopping. Very exciting. So speaking of the new book, of course, I am humbled and excited of your response for opening our pre-orders up this past week. So it's been a week, and it's really amazing how you have supported me and already placed your orders. So here's the book and our pre-order special. Now, we've gotten some questions on how long this special will go on. It will go on until we know when the book is shipping. So when we get that notification from our printer that it has shipped to us, we will be shipping those books out. So you can still think about it for a few more weeks, but not too long, of course. Now, the pre-order special is that you can order either the printed book or the ebook, and you will instantly get the Mia pattern as a PDF download. Mia pattern is in the book, but you get a little preview, and I've seen some of you already sewing up a Mia, so that is really fun to see, and it is a quickie, tell you that. So if you place your order, and of course if you place the order for the actual physical book, I will be signing your copy. So check it out, and we'll be celebrating soon enough when it comes in. I cannot wait.
So excited that you're going to sign it. They're so excited.
Yes, 17 quilts. We've got lots of fun ahead of us this coming sewing winter, right? Fall and winter. Okay, so another thing got released this weekend, our London Calling, our mystery block of the month. We released part 9, which is block number 12, and this one featured the Trafalgar Square, of course, one of the iconic stops if you go through London. It's kind of the hub between a lot of different places when you're going places, but it's really cool. I love the shape of the fountains, which I featured there in the center of the block. Do not worry if you're worried about curved piecing. I actually just applicate those curves. They're a little sharp to do that with some curved piecing. So you can choose to do that just as a fusible machine applique. You can needle turn it. There's instructions for both. And then the corners of that block replicate the marble work, and it's exactly those colors that you'll see on the two balcony, or not, kind of the risers by Trafalgar Square. And then I had to include those black pillars. I don't know, they caught my eye when I was there. There's these black pillars both to block traffic and then kind of around the monument. So, you know, weird things that catch my eye when I'm being inspired to make a quilt block. But really love this one. It's a big block, so don't be afraid of it. It's fun.
It's a challenge. Can you name?
It's a great challenge. Everybody can do this.
Can you name 1 through 8?
Can I name them?
Part 1.
Probably close.
Just not right now.
Not right now. Not on a live show. I've got so much else to focus on and think about.
I'm so sorry.
I have a lot to talk about today.
I shouldn't do that to you.
No, it's all right. Sorry. I probably could do. I could probably do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I also wanted to point out Color Club was revealed this last Friday. If you missed Friday's show, an amazing color, Pinot Noir color, and that means that we're gearing up for a bundle club. Of course, we'll have one more color club before next bundle club. Our bundle club is a quarterly subscription, so that's every 3 months, and the next one is coming in July. And so I thought it would be a great opportunity to remind those of you that have maybe changed location since we shipped the April bundle club to double check that you have the right address. Those of you that may be snowbird somewhere or you travel during the winter somewhere, make sure you have that correct address where you want your July shipment to go. And just to check that, you can easily do that on the website by logging into your account. So I just logged into mine just to show you with some screenshots. So you log into your account and you'll get your screen with probably some orders. But then on the right-hand side there below your name, it's just a little 2 words, manage subscriptions. You can click on that. It's a clickable sentence. Once you click on that, you get the subscription platform, and then you have this little menu up top, and one of them is shipping addresses. So if you click on that, you can choose your shipping address. You can also choose your adjust your payment method. You don't actually plug in your credit card right there. You actually click on it, and they ask you, would you like us to send you an email? So then an email gets to you. But
I attempted.
You tried it all, and he made a little video. So
I made a little video. So
here's another video by Mr. HP, how to do things on the website. He already did how to get to your videos and PDFs. So let's check out this one.
See if it works.
Yes.
Hello everybody, welcome to GE Designs. I am Mr. HP, here to show you how to change your address and your credit card information for your subscriptions. All right, are we ready? First thing you want to do is make sure that you log in. Once you have logged into your account, let's go back. Log into your account. It'll bring you to your account. Then you want to hover over, let's give a little arrow for that. Hover over Manage Subscriptions. Once you put the cursor over there, you'll see the little pointer finger. And select Manage Subscriptions. Give it a couple seconds. It will reroute you to your subscriptions. Here we go. Mine, Goodies Bundle Club. Select Goodies Bundle Club. And once you select it, you scroll down, you see your information here. But to change that, you have to go to the top right here. You have 4 selections. You have home, or 5 selections, subscriptions, your payment history, your shipping address, and your payment methods. So what we want to do is let's change our shipping address. So hover over the shipping address. You see the pointer finger, select it. Give it a couple seconds, and here you have shipping address. Select that, and here we go. Edit shipping address. And there you go. If you scroll down, open it up, you have where you can add your new address. Once you have, hey, what are you doing here? I don't want that. Once you have edited your address, you want to select the edit shipping address below. That's to lock it in. Shipping address update successfully. Once you're done there, you can go back to home, or you can go over to payment methods. You want to change your credit card information? Select payment methods. Give it a couple seconds. And here, right there's edit. Select that little edit button. It will open up a new page. This is important information. Any updates to this payment method must be completed via Shopify. Click below to receive an email from Shopify to update this payment method. Please check your spam folder if you don't receive the email within 10 minutes. So below there, hover over the send update email. Once you click that, it sends you an email. I went through the process. I got my email. I updated my information, and it worked just fine. So if you have any other issues, please just email us at help@gequiltdesigns.com, and we will do our best to help you figure it out. I'm Mr. HP, GE Designs. We will see you here next time.
All right, somebody asked a question what quilt was behind you in that video.
That was Kobe.
That was Kobe. It's going to be in the new book, so check that out.
Yeah.
But I totally, on my script, I'm so excited to get this next segment. I skipped over tip of the day, which is going to be huge. So part 4 of my piecing accuracy tips is ready to go. Now this is going to be a 5-part series based on a video I did 5 years ago with all the little things that come into play when you're piecing that really add to that piecing accuracy. So this time it is pressing. So let's take a look. When it comes to our piecing accuracy, a big part of it is the way we press. And I would love to give you some pointers and things that really come into play as far as pressing our seams. So first off, it's a matter of what iron you use and whether you like to use steam or not. I prefer using steam, and so make sure that you have an iron that if you like steam, preferably I like to have an iron that I can control the steam. So you can control it between a low steam and a high steam, and then also maybe no steam if that is the case. Now, if you prefer a dry iron, you can definitely use all of these techniques as well. So let's start with just pressing seams open or to one side. In my patterns, I prefer to press to one side throughout most of my patterns, and I do that because I like to be efficient, saving time and nesting my seams. So that eliminates the time I need spending matching things and pinning, and it really does help with my piecing accuracy as far as matching seams. So the other reasoning too, and this is probably something you've heard before, if you have a quilt, if a thread pops open and a piece of the thread breaks, you will have a little hole in it. So if you at least have your seams pressed to one side, even if a seam pops open, you will always have fabric underneath. It won't just be a gap right into the batting. Usually that's a rare occasion, of course, but that is another reason why I like to press to one side. So as we press, so number one rule is always press from the right side of the fabric. So as we're pressing, we want to press from the right side of the fabric here, not from the back. If you take the iron and press from the back side, what can happen here every time you press is you might be leaving a little bit of a crease inside that seam, and that way a little bit of 1/8 of an inch you can lose extra in the seam, and so as those seams add up, your block is not going to end up being the size it's supposed to be. So number one rule is always pressing from the right side of the fabric. So as I press, I always like to, as you sew your seam, take your iron and set your seam. So what this does, it compresses that thread, also prepares the fabrics nice and warm to fold over that seam, and the threads are nice and compressed, so that seam is going to lay flat. After you set the seam, I fold my fabric out, and then you want to make sure you just push with your fingertips, push that seam out, and then just follow along with your iron straight across. You want to avoid using the curved side of the iron to push your seam out, especially if you use steam. When actually with a regular hot iron as well. Because of that curved edge, if you do that, that seam could take a little bit of a bend every time you're pushing that out. We also need to remember we want to press and not iron. We're not ironing creases out of a shirt. So again, push the seam out as you go and follow straight across with your iron. Like I explained before, in most cases in my patterns, I like to press to one side so everything nests nicely and lays really flat. There are occasions that I do use pressing open method. That is when we have a lot of seams coming together and the block is really going to lay flat. Another technique that I do use in my patterns and I've done videos on is spinning my seams. Wherever I have 4 seams coming together, then you can flatten out that center and it's going to be nice and flat and the block will lay nice and flat. But whether you like to press every seam open or to one side, some of these techniques that I've mentioned are still going to be completely valid. So let's talk about strip sets. In many times in quilting, you are supposed to sew together strip sets, different sizes, different widths, and sometimes even multiple strips, and then subcut them for whatever pattern. I have a little tip on pressing strip sets because I'm sure you've seen strip sets that get a little bit wavy as they go along, and many people have talked about that being your stitching. Most of the times it's your pressing. So with strip sets, I follow the same procedure as before. I like to just sew 2 strips together. I set my seam straight across, and then I open up my strip set and I push that seam out. And again, push all along and then follow with my iron. I like to push it, and then as I am ironing, that strip set is laying straight on my ironing board, I like to have a big enough area so that I can lay my whole strip out. And so once I have that pressed, you know you have a really nice and straight strip. So if you have multiples to sew together, I try to avoid sewing a single strip to a small piece. If you are sewing 6 strips together, I would sew 2 and 2 and 2, and then I would join the bigger pieces. If you have 8, I would join the 2, so you have 4, and then you have 4, and then finally join the 4s. Always pressing in between every step. That way ensures that you have really nice and straight strip sets that will highly improve your accuracy when you're doing anything with strip piecing like that. Now let's look at a technique where, for example, a folded corner. You have a square that you've drawn a diagonal line on. You place that on your corner and you sew corner to corner. Now sometimes when we're pressing these, we end up having a pretty wonky corner triangle, or we're a little short. So my advice on this, whenever I draw a line, so instead of sewing straight on the line, in your instructions you're instructed to sew on that drawn line. Instead, pretend that you are drawing a second line with your needle, and you're going to draw it just on the outside of that first one. So this is the part that we are going to be trimming off when we do this technique. So you want to sew it on the outside, on that same side that gets trimmed off, just hugging that line with your needle. So as you have sewn it, you will see here with the light thread that it's a little bit on the outside. So same thing applies here. I either trim this piece off before, or you can also do it afterwards. Press it, fold it out, make sure you fold it with your fingers first, and then go straight across. And then you can trim this afterwards. But you will see, if you do that, sewing a little bit on the outside, you'll get a much straighter piece and much more likely to be even with the sides after pressing. Now let me just mention some of the tools that can be very helpful with your pressing. Now in part 1 of the piecing accuracy videos, I talked about pre-treating your fabrics before you do anything, and best press starch, of course, is really going to help laying those seams flat in the pressing process, but that I talked about earlier, so you can look back into that. Of course, your number 1 tool is going to be your iron. I prefer the reliable irons. I like it because the sole plate can be set to a different heat than my steam, and I can have steam whether I have low heat on my sole plate or high heat. I can have low steam, high steam, or take it all the way off. So I really love these. We have both the velocity that is like this with water that you put in here, or we have the one with a big tank where you don't have water in the actual handle. So another tool that I love using are the wool pressing mats. So what the wool pressing mat does, it retains the heat from the iron. So as you're pressing your blocks on these, it will keep that heat and pretty much press the block from the bottom as you're pressing the top. So it really flattens those seams even better than just using a regular ironing board or mat. If I am doing any kind of open seams, I love the pressing bar. So this has a little wool coating here that if I have to open up a seam, I place that seam right on top. It pulls the fabrics down, and it's much easier to open that seam up, and then I can run my iron across it as I open up that seam. I can have it move across this way. So as I pull it off, it's going to be really nice and flat pressed open. The beautiful thing about this pressing bar, it kind of seconds as a clapper. So you can press your seam, you can place that on, and the heat will continue to press that seam flat. All right, some good pressing tips there. If you have any question, make sure you post them in the comments, and I'll try to address them. You know, I mentioned the best press, but make sure you're not using any best press or water once you start the piecing process. But because by wetting your fabrics at that point, it can cause some stretch. So just wanted to make sure I tell you all that. That was a Prisms block. I'll show you some more of them a little bit later. But we had a question about what fabric I used for Mia. For the Mia quilt, I used the Abstract bundle. And then I did add a few. It's from Art Gallery. I added a few Art Gallery basics in there just to have a little more variety. Specifically seedlings, and I think some Flights of Fancy, a couple of pieces, just for fun. What was the other question that we saw? I use the light on my machine for half square triangle. Is there a way to change the light so it's over a smidge? I have a FOF icon too. So if you're, this is not really for half square triangles. If you were using it to sew a 1/4 inch from the line, that would be for half square triangles. If you're doing a folded corner, so which means stitching on a line, then yes, all those, I have a laser on my machine as well. So what I do instead of having, you can smidge that, at least I can on my line, I can smidge it over. But what I like to do, you know, when you're lining that light or that laser corner to corner, just have it to the side a little bit. So if you envision that laser being a line, so just so that you see your needle going on the side of it, or you're lining up that laser just a smidge off the corners. So that's how I use mine. I know that was a little weird, but if you know what I'm talking about, you probably can understand what I'm saying. What size is the pressing bar? This one that I showed you is a smaller. It's 12 inches. We have a longer one. It's just been out of stock for a while from the manufacturer. That one, I believe, is almost 20 inches, at least 18. I like that one too. But the small one actually works for most smaller, regular size blocks. I like the big one when I'm doing, if I have to press open seams like my row seams when I'm putting together a quilt. Do you sell the wool mats and pressing bar? Yes, we do. We do carry those. And literally all those tools that I recommend and talk about in my big tips, these are tools that I use all the time. And really, that's how I have stocked my shop since the beginning. It really only has those, my favorite tools that I use and stand by all the time. What's the quilt behind me? Yeah, Lilo, made out of playgrounds. Did you find that photo of the fabric? The fabric is... it's by Moda. It's coming in August, I believe. And it's by a new designer, Amaryllis Henderson, for Moda. And it's really, really cool. Just great, bright fabrics, very cool watercolor prints mixed with other stuff. Would it work to move your needle over that smidge? Yes, you could do that too. So if you have a laser that's centered, you can smidge that needle over just a little bit, and then you'll get that corner to corner every time. If you can't, if your machine allows you to tap it over just a little bit, that would be good.
Here's a question.
Yep. Are there cocktail recipes? No cocktail recipes in this book, but fear none. There will be something coming with cocktail recipes real soon, I promise.
Here's a concern.
Mm-hmm. What is Shopify and why are they asking for a number? Okay, so Shop Pay is probably what you're referring to. Shopify is the platform that our website is on, and literally it's the most popular e-commerce platform in the world right now. So a lot of online shops use Shopify. And so what they developed is an app called Shop Pay. It is a way for you to, if you're shopping from more than one Shopify site, it's a way for you to just log in with a code and not have to have a different password for every single place that you shop at. It's totally safe. It secures and saves your information and all of that.
Do I have to use it?
You don't have to use it, no. So if you don't want to use it, if that square pops up, you can just hit the X and still log in with your password. No big deal. So every time you can choose to use it, you don't have to use it. But Shopify is just what our shop is on, but it's called that Shop app. So it has some benefits, that Shop app, and I haven't looked 100% into it, but whenever you shop from a Shopify store through that, you kind of collect points from whatever shop you're shopping at. So I haven't really looked into that, so I can't promise you all the details on that.
Correct.
Yes, so to change your credit card info, it goes to Shopify. That's just where our shop is stored, and that's completely safe. Like I said, it's the most popular e-commerce store set up in the world right now. They're really, really, really good.
Hearts and thumbs up for that.
Awesome. Okay, let's move on to this really, really exciting thing. I am so thrilled to be able to offer Tilda fabrics. So what are Tilda fabrics? Tilda are fabrics designed by a Norwegian designer. Tilda has been in the industry for 25 years and stood the test of time. I feel like they have their own unique look, of course, a very Scandinavian type of a feel. They are romantic and vintage and current all at the same time. So they're a little bit fancy, but very approachable, whimsical. And Tilda, they also design patterns for every single one of their collections that they put out. All of those patterns are available free on their website. And they really are adorable as well. So I want to introduce you now to this newest collection that is just shipping. We have this collection available as a pre-order, but it literally will be shipping any day now. So this one is different for them because this will become a basic, and it's a seasonal basic. This is called Creating Memories. And so they're seasonal basics. So this is 4 different collections. There's 16 fabrics in each. And we decided to put them all together in a bundle. Yes, it's a big bundle, but it is beautiful. So there are 4 seasons. And should we start with spring? Yeah, we'll explain later. We'll start with spring. So here are the spring colors. So as you can see, there are a mix of prints and then also some wovens or yarn dyes. And I love that they do that. You know, it's tricky to do for some, but it's so seamlessly within Tilda. And I have to say, Tilda manufactures all their own fabrics. They are printed in India and in Korea, but their attention to detail and quality is beyond none. So they are just gorgeous. Here's the summer. So they're all these blues. So you can see there's just a mix of small prints and then some yarn dyes in there. I'll show you the fabrics up close afterwards. Then we have the autumn collection. And again, you just get that feel for that, for the feel of the season, but without any actual pumpkins or actual icons in there, which I love. So you could really use this for any project, any time of year. It's just the colorway that gives that feeling. And then we have the winter, so beautiful reds and greens, a little bit of pink in there, and some taupe. So beautiful, beautiful things. So alongside these print lines, they have their basics, they have solids, and then they have beautiful chambrays. And I forgot to bring that over, but they're beautiful. We'll talk about it later. But let me show you the actual fabrics. So I have winter here first because, you know, we're going to be heading into sewing with winter stuff. So you can see the beautiful yarn dyes. They are such great quality and easily sewn with the prints. So love this one. But even if these fabrics don't appeal to you like this, wait till you see the projects. They are just adorable, and I'm so excited to show you some of those. So this is the winter. We have the spring. So a little bit of pastel. You could do perfect for any kind of spring fabric. So mostly these beautiful yellows and greens and pinks, and then throw in a little bit of teal in there that's sprinkled throughout. Is beautiful. Their summer one is all blues. So it's perfect for summer or anything ocean themed. Of course, a lot of folks in Europe and everywhere head out towards the ocean in the summertime, whether that's the beach or the lake house or whatever it is. So it's kind of perfect for all those types of projects. And then we have the autumn, just those beautiful shades of cinnamon and ginger and honey, and just soft browns. Perfect for Thanksgiving type of projects or any kind of fall. But again, this colorway is classic, and all of those prints are classic throughout the year. So we have those bundles now available for pre-order. And of course, these fabrics are just a tad bit more expensive than what we probably are used to. But those of you that probably have sewn with Tilda, or have been so many people that have collected Tilda for many, many years, you will know that the quality is exceptional and it's unique. I love it, of course, because of the Scandinavian connection. Let me show you the project. So for the winter, the winter memories, we have, well, let's just put them on the screen. So we have two quilts that we'll be showing you, and this one is the first one. This one is called Christmas Calendar Quilt. And what we are doing with these, we have listed a kit. We're calling them, of course, the Stripologized kits. And so what the kit will include is all of the additional fabrics that you would need to make the quilt. So that is your background. In this particular one, it would also be that off-white color, and then the binding. And then if there are any other prints that are not in the bundle, then we will include that in the kit. And in this particular one, we included their custom buttons as well. And then, along with that, you will also get a Stripology video and a PDF where I have kind of consolidated some of the cutting, some of the, if there are some methods that we can Stripologize, I'll take you through that. So get both a video and a PDF from me to get to be really efficient with making these quilts. Because, of course, as you see, these are, small pieces. If you have tried any of the Tilda patterns, you will know that they're smaller pieces. And so I'll give you my tips alongside this. And so again, this is similar to what we did with the Endless Love Block of the Month kit. This is just one release. And this first one, the Creating Memories, the kits will ship, the winter kits will ship in August. But this one, the Creating Memories, the video, and the PDF with my Stripologized instructions. So it's not, I'm not going to take the whole pattern and rewrite it, of course, but I'm just going to give you some tips. Maybe some of the methods can be Stripologized, so I'll give you the alternate cutting for that. And that will, the digital release will be on September 1st for the Creating Memories. And so the bundle, so this one that I showed you, the 16-piece half-yard bundle, you would need to have that, then plus the kit, which has the background and everything. But the bundle is enough for 2 quilts. So here's the second one from the winter that we'll be doing. This one is called the Holly Quilt. And this one will, the digital release will be on November 1st. We'll ship the kit earlier. And so I just love this one. You can, of course, see there are some flying geese in there, so we can definitely Stripologize those. So I think this is a great way to, if you wanted to try something, challenge yourself a little bit with some smaller pieces, this is a great way to do that, because I will kind of hold your hand through it a little bit and give you all my best tips. So this is the winter selection. I'll show you. Again, if you show the overhead, I'll show you the fabrics, and then this little view here. The patterns themselves, will be using Tilda's patterns, so you will just go to Tilda's website and print those out and download those individually. There's also this apple quilt that we're only going to do kits for these 2, but you can, of course, do that. You could do smaller wall hangings or pillows and things like that. But again, one bundle will definitely be enough to make all of those. You'll probably have leftovers to make more things from it. The calendar quilt is, let me see, 53 by 56. Everything is listed on the website. The kits are going to be listed as a pre-order, and the holly quilt is 62 by 73. So all the sizes are listed as well. The calendar quilt, she kind of shows how you can use it as a actual advent calendar with the buttons. You can hang little packages on it and things like that. It's really cute. So somebody's asking, is there a way to get the patterns without the fabric? You can download the patterns for free from Tilda, but the only way that we can offer the Stripologized instructions is to sell the kits, because that's just how it works. I'm not going to take copyrighted information and do the patterns without giving them. And so that is the deal that we got. If we sell the kits, we can do that. Is there applique in the second quilt? No, this is all pieced. So everything is pieced here. Okay, let's take a look at spring. So we are starting with winter just because we are heading into that season. So we're going to sew that. Like I said, the instructions come out on September 1st and then November 1st. The second one is spring. And we're starting off with this really adorable spring hair quilt. And I adore these bunnies. And so it is a little bit showing a little bit more green here in this print, and then the photo, the background. So we'll be making the spring hair quilt first, and then the potted flowers second. So the spring hair quilt will, those two kits will ship in November, and we'll do the spring hairs on January 1st is when the digital release happens, and then the potted flowers will be February 1st. And so here are the spring prints. So again, the bundle of 12 will definitely be enough to make both. The kit will provide the rest of it, and so you can play with it any which way you want. You probably have some leftovers to make a bunch of other fun things, or just to add to your collection of Tilda, because they are always mix and match all of her collections, which I love. All right, let's look at summer. Summer we have two as well, and we fell in love with this blue whale quilt. Everybody in the office just loves the blue whales. So that'll be one of the ones we'll be making. And the other one is actually blue ducks, is what it's called, the blue duck quilt. And that one is a perfect quilt to Stripologize. We'll make this one the easy way for sure, the easier way, but a lovely traditional quilt with that little kind of extra flair. The third quilt in here is the sailboats, like I said, but we'll be doing these two, Stripologizing these two. So the Blue Ducks quilt, the digital release is March 1st, and then the whales will be April 1st. The kits will ship in January. So beautiful, beautiful. And then last but not least, we have the autumn. And look at that squirrel quilt. I absolutely adore it so much. So we'll be doing the Tilda squirrels, and digital release is going to be May 1st. The ship date of the kit will be March. And then the second quilt is this adorable pumpkin quilt. I really love this. Of course, great opportunity for some strip piecing there to really make the process much more efficient. And so I just really, really love that. I love that purple background, or the butternut or the kind of rosewood background of that quilt. And here is the autumn bundle. So again, one bundle, definitely going to be enough for both quilts alongside the kit fabrics. So squirrel, like I said, release date is May 1st, and squirrels, and then the pumpkins will be June 1st. So sometime if you want to get it done for those holidays, but I'm very excited to be able to offer Tilda fabrics way up my wheelhouse, And those gorgeous quilts actually are quilted by a dear friend and somebody that might be watching, so Merete in Norway. I just can't get over the gorgeous quilting on all those quilts. And I know you've pieced a lot for Tilda as well. So awesome, awesome. And I'm excited to be able to do this. Stripologize these. So any questions you have? A lot of you say they love Tilda, been Tilda fans for a long time. Yes.
Did someone say squirrel?
Someone say squirrel. I know, I can't get over that squirrel quilt. I love it. Love, love, love it.
Birthday.
And believe me, this is not my my preference to do those small pieces. I just love these so much. I really want to push myself and do it and maybe figure out some ways to make it a little bit of a less painful process or easier process.
Happy birthday, Kim, from your sister.
Oh, happy birthday. All right, if you have any more questions, let me know. I want to show you and remind you, those of you that have wondered about our class packs. The background is Tilda. All of the backgrounds are the Tilda chambrays. They are really beautiful. I'll make sure to bring those and show you on Friday. They are just gorgeous, super great quality, and we're excited to be able to carry those as basics as well. Okay? So I wanted to show you some of my Prisms blocks. Those of you that are doing our class packs, our first part of the Prisms video will be happening next week, so a week from tomorrow. But of course, those of you that have been wondering, you can still jump in and join us. But I'm very excited about these. What do you think? I think they're so fun and gorgeous. I'm using Flirtation for my blocks. Yeah, so lots of fun here. I'm still not all the way done, but I want to be making part of it with you. So jump in. Class packs are still available, so you can join us. We'll be doing both the Prisms quilt and the Frequency, of course. We're starting with the Prisms Wednesday next week. Well, the video goes live. But remember, you own access to these videos forever. So even if life happens and you can't get to it right now, you can always have this waiting for you in your account whenever you're ready. All right, let's look at some brand new fabrics. I have two lines to share with you. They're both winter themed, very, very different from each other. This first one is called Winter Berry. It is designed by Martha Nagley for Free Spirit Fabric. So we have gorgeous big florals and beautiful bold colors. So starting with this main floral, just really, really gorgeous. Those are amaryllises, aren't they? That's what I think. Somebody correct me. I'm not 100% always on my flower names. But I just love the colors. I love the brightness of the reds. And then this beautiful kind of a creamy yellow background. So then we have some holly. It's a little bit smaller print. Small spaced. And then a little bit larger with more bunches of berries. Thank you, Tammy, for that confirmation. And then we have the large scale. And this is not amaryllis. This is poinsettias. So beautiful. Flip it over. But I just love that yellowish, greenish background here. Then we have a full-on bright red, these branches that are really pretty. And just this red is so rich. We have the berries, the same here in a darker red background, which is lovely, giving it a little more depth. And that green is also so nice and bright. Going into our greens, we have a dark green here with the branches coming a little bit directionally across. I kind of like that feel. We have the small holly, spaced out holly in the green, and just beautiful detail with a little lime green on the edge of the leaves. Bringing in a little bit more lightness with some cream in the berries Same print as here and here, just switching the colors. And we're finishing off with a lighter green. So I love that we have dimension in the greens and in the reds. So it's a 10-piece bundle. So only 10 pieces, but beautiful, beautiful color. Spaced it out with some greens, some reds, and some light colors. There is a stripe, a beautiful red irregular stripe that is from the line, but we put it as a separate. But it's really fun. Look how unique that is. So great to use for, it's kind of like ribbon. Great to use for bindings, borders, anything like that. But let me show you my fabric pull. Other fabric pull from this. Starting with the reds, did some dimension. So for that deepest red, I thought the shadow play in the Tibetan red was perfect. And then also the thatched cinnamon in that darker red color. For the bright red, I did a chalk and charcoal in the cardinal. And then the bumbleberries in the postbox red. I love that it has just a little bit of pink because there are some pink elements throughout as well. To match this creamy color here, chalk and charcoal in the linen color is perfect. And then also dash flow in the marshmallow. So nice and yellowish cream color there. For the greens, we'll start on the darkest greens. Chalk and charcoal in the hunter. Perfect for those darker hues. And then the bumbleberries in the deep forest. Also has some of the darker but also lighter tones throughout. Some of the lighter greens, grunge in the pine, perfect for that medium. And then dry brush in the dusty green for those lighter tones, definitely perfect. And then I did one more lighter, the Spectrostatic in the sweet pea. It's great for that lightest color. And then as an accent, you know how I talked about that beautiful lime green on the edge of the leaves? I think that would be perfect to add as an accent if you need a focus print, something that stands out. This is Dreams in the Chartreuse. So beautiful Winterberry by Martha Negley. And this is Free Spirit Fabrics. Great. Lovely for some bold and beautiful
Would be a good pattern
winter
for that.
quilts. Oh, some of the ones in the new book would be fabulous. It'd be great to do a Kobe, something that really makes those shine. A Lila would be great. Holly would be great.
Oh, that's perfect.
Mm-hmm. Then I have another winter line that is completely different feel. Much more natural and neutral. And I just love this one. This one is a 12-piece bundle called Winter Dreams for Figo Fabrics. And we'll start here with this main print. I love it. So this is a light grayish blue background. Some of the pieces just have touches of metallic gold. So you'll see just a little bit. This print is probably that has the most of it. But this is the print I fell in love with. Just really love the feel of it, and the color is so unique. Then we have some really cute deer jumping, playing, and just a little bit of gold in that one. I love that this one has a crown. Yep, that's the queen, obviously. I added a basic that balances out the bundle really nicely, has that really beautiful taupe feel like many of the other ones. And here is another basic in the line just with touches of metallic gold, but this natural color is just so pretty and warm. We have some houses. The designer for this, her name is Bernadette Urbanovics, and we just love her stuff. Have some beautiful stars in these natural kind of a sage green and blue with that cinnamon brown color. We have a darker basic, a little bit more into the browns. Just this weave with the gold specks. And then kind of a slight tealish, kind of a winter spruce color. I really, really love this color. It was a little bit of a challenge to find a match, but I love this deep color. And so a deeper version of this one, a little directional print. And then there's a plaid that has just a touch of gold in it. Really love this one. That directional print again in a darker charcoal. And then we finish off with the darkest hue here, kind of an espresso brown with the stars in the back. Really pretty. Now there is, we have this main print in 1 yard, so if you needed some for borders, would be gorgeous to use this as a border. So we have more of that. And then my pull, let me start here on the lighter end. So I'll do one that really matches this one perfectly. This is Grunge in the Ash, matches this main print perfectly. If you wanted a match for that. For the taupes, Grunge Vanilla is a great match because it has a lot of taupe and tan in it. So is Dry Brush in the shell color, has some of that brown. And also Dimples Pearl. Very pretty. For the lighter grays, I pulled out Spectra Static in the Perfect Gray. Goes well with that first one. And a little bit more brown. The Dry Brush in the medium brown is a perfect match with this color here. For those teals, I pulled out the Deco Stitch in the Winter Spruce. A little bit of green. And then I found this print. It's from a collection, Stand Tall Sunflower Mini Blue, but it is perfection in here. I love the lighter blue. It goes with this print, and then the dark spruce green here works great. Then we have Color Wash Textured Charcoal and Grunge Espresso for that darkest hue. Now, as a focus print or something to pull out colors that are not in here, not represented as a full print, I love that caramel brown color of the deer, Provisions in the amber. It's also in the stars, or the French General Solids in the tan. That'll be perfect to use as narrow borders, sashings, focus print. But there is a panel that comes with this line, a unique one, very unique one. It's really kind of a craft panel. So it has these decorations, so hearts and trees, and it has a welcome banner that you can make. It has some tags that you can make as well. And guess what? Of course, our master craftista, Colleen, went to work, and let me show you these cutesy things. So little ornament, you can hang them as ornaments, you can make them into a garland. So we have the tree, a couple of trees here from the panel, so cute. Some stars, with some of them have a little bit of metallic in them. And then hearts. So cute. Might have to steal those. Make them disappear. And then the banner. That's really adorable. So the banner says welcome. So not necessarily holidays. It can be any time. So it says welcome. And it has a cute little backing with that kind of like this knitting patterns on the back. So really cute. This is Winter Dreams by Figo Fabrics. Lovely stuff. Two totally different things. Something for everybody. Something that works for all. Oh yeah, that would be really cool. That would be really cool. Now let's put out our giveaway question for our giveaway. So all you got to do is answer this question. Since we are featuring our Tilda Fabrics first time, have you ever worked with Tilda Fabrics before, is my giveaway question. Just tell us your answer in the comments and you're automatically entered for our giveaway. Now, as I mentioned in the beginning of the show, this is a 4-show week at GE Design. So that means we have Tipsy Tuesday today. We have 1 Yard Wednesday tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. with Colleen. And also always some great deals on 1 yards. We have Perfect Pair with Nancy. Actually, Colleen is going to be filling in for Kara. She's on vacation. That is Thursday at 9:30 a.m., June 20th. And then we will be back for our Friday show at 12 noon, June 21st. And of course, our next Tipsy Tuesday
week.
Yeah, action pack week. Next Tipsy Tuesday will be Tuesday, June 25th at 4 p.m. Central. That is next week. So lots and lots of shows, lots of fun. And so make sure you subscribe. Now, we are closed tomorrow. We are celebrating Juneteenth and honoring observance of Juneteenth tomorrow. So GE Designs will be closed. So enjoy the day. Go have some barbecue or celebrate. We will respond to email orders and phone calls on Thursday. But the only exception, we will have our 1 Yard Wednesday show in the morning.
Music and barbecues everywhere.
Yes. Celebrate. Hopefully, it's not supposed to rain. It's been raining for 2 days straight here, and I think it's not supposed to rain tomorrow. Let's hope. But however you celebrate, have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful rest of your week. We'll see you hopefully on some of our shows. If not, I'll see you next week.
See me here next
Friday. Bye, everybody.